Welcome back to Up the Villa podcast. This is Transfer Hub, your home of Aston Villa's news, rumours, links over the course of the summer. This episode is brought to you by SofaScore. Watch till the end and you'll be able to help me out at the end of this episode. So, Aston Villa are linked with a move for Youssef-en-Nesyri. Big problem is Nick John McGinn's celebration, and he does the reversible version of this celebration. And that may be a problem in time to come, but Youssef-en-Nesyri is a goal machine coming out of La Liga, an absolutely wonderfully gifted player. He seems to have the lot: strength, power, agility, can score with the inside of his foot, the outside, can score bullet headers. He's played in the Europa League, the Champions League, bagging goals in La Liga. So he's a player that's really, really exciting. And I feel like he could complement this team well. We know that we have ties with Sevilla anyway, with Unai Emery and Monchi. So is this in the pipeline? Is this going to happen? Villa fans, let me know your thoughts on Youssef-en-Nesyri and how you're feeling about this transfer. So this one is coming from Todofichajes. En-Nesyri will be the first player to leave and aim for a move to Aston Villa. In yesterday's game at the Sanchez-Pizjuan, there were several farewells, and one of them is that of Youssef-en-Nesyri. The Moroccan has been in the list of candidates for several seasons to pack his bags, and now everything indicates that his time in the capital of Seville has ended. In principle, this operation will finance part of the planning for the next season, and that is that Sevilla expects to get the figure close to 25 million euros for the transfer. At the moment, Aston Villa is the best place to get the services of the African, and Unai Emery has been trying to recruit his former pupil for a long time. He is a player that a lot of clubs want. He's been linked with a move to Newcastle and West Ham. But unlike many windows, Aston Villa as a Champions League club are at the highest level. So when teams like Newcastle, West Ham, these type of teams want players, and Villa are involved in that conversation and that mix, where are you going? You're going to the Champions League where Aston Villa are. So that is a wonderful feeling to have when we're linked with these types of players. So absolutely loving that. So, as I said, this episode is brought to you by SofaScore. We use this app a lot. We use this website a lot. It's the best football app going. You can help me by downloading that at the end of the episode. The link will be in the description. So download it for free, and you'll have all of this at your fingertips, where you can look at players, you can look at teams, you can look at results. You get the results during the season. It's quicker than all of the other apps as well. So get downloading it, help the channel out for free as well. Right, so let's go and have a look what his scores are, what his ratings are. 26 years of age, left-footed. Obviously, he's left-footed. Pretty much every player that we get linked with is left-footed. He's got a market value of 18.7 million euros, which is not far off what that 2025 bracket was. He's got an attacking rating of 73, SofaScore rating of 6.95, which is just shy of my SofaScore rating that I like to see of a 7. He's played 33 games this season, started 28, averaged 78 minutes per game, team of the week once. He's got 16 goals this season in La Liga, which is great. He's getting off 2.2 shots per game, goal conversion rate of 22%. We have got goals from inside the box 15. From outside the box, he's got 1. We've got 2 assists. Accuracy per game, we're at 65%, 82% in his own half. Opposition half, 51%. Accuracy of long balls, 38%. Defending, we're getting ball recoveries per game of 1.3. Successful dribbles, 31%. Total duels won, 41%. Ground duels, 38%. And aerial duels, 43%. He's a player that I've been watching recently. I've been watching him when he's been in the Europa, watching him in the Champions League, scored goals against Manchester United, which is always great to see. And he's just a player that I think can finish, which is great. He's got nimble feet inside the box as well. He's got a real good presence. He's pretty quick. And his heading ability is up there. And that's something that I think we need. I mean, Ollie Watkins can score some good headers, Bournemouth away. But we need that bit of aerial threat. Now, I did an episode a couple of days ago talking about a more experienced European striker. This is a European striker coming in. Obviously, doesn't have the years behind him. And my thinking was we'd maybe go for a striker that would cost less. But, 20 million euros for a goal scorer, can play in different positions maybe, can play in that shadow striker role, could offer something a little bit different to Watkins, where we've got more of sort of like a striker up there, a little bit like a Morgan Rogers sort of profile and mould. That's something different to what we've been seeing. Generally, we've been seeing a Diaby up top or a Bailey, where they're more wingers dropping into a box midfield. But for maybe more of a striker up there as well. So a 4-4-2, which is what we play, but with two strikers up there, one can drop a little bit. I think it's different, but maybe, he may be on the bench for Aston Villa in Premier League games, but we know the importance of a squad. So let's just have a look at some of his numbers. He has won the Europa League twice, so that is worth noting as well, that he's got some pedigree behind him. So in La Liga, he's played 230 games, 69 goals, 10 assists. Champions League, played 20, scored 10. So he's at a goal every other game in the Champions League, which is very, very good. He's got 2 assists in the Champions League. He's played 19 times in the Europa League. He's got 6 goals. Copa del Rey, 19 games, 7 goals. Morocco, that's where he's from. He's played 71 games and he scored 20 goals. So those numbers are pretty good. So yeah, Villa fans, let me know what your thoughts are on Youssef-Nesyri and how you're feeling about this one. On here, we've got that he can play as a striker. He can play right wing or left wing, which will help aid versatility in the squad. And it's interesting to just have this rumour now of a striker that's pretty young, 26 years of age. And how are we now feeling about this one? Because when I mentioned Morata, that was just my vibe on a profile of player. It didn't have to be Morata. And it was quite split. So it'll be interesting to now see how you guys feel about a younger striker who's bagging goals in La Liga, who's played in the Champions League and has got experience in that mould. So, Villa fans, let me know your thoughts. Right, so we've got a big episode coming out this evening, and it's all about the current transfer window, practically previewing the window. We're going to be talking about Monchi and Monchi's role. What does Monchi do? We then talk about who stays, who goes from the current Villa squad. It's a topic, it's a conversation. It's one that it's difficult to talk about players leaving, but we've got to be serious now. We've got to have proper conversations about the direction of the squad, getting it ready for the Champions League and next season, maintaining where we are. And then we talk about some positions that we feel like we need to sign players in. This, for me, is an area that we need to sign a player in. So we've got that one coming out. You can help me out then by downloading SofaScore. So you can scan the code that's on the screen now or click the link that's in the description. Downloads it for free and it helps the channel out massively. Villa fans, let me know your thoughts. Up the Villa.